An alternative to traditional shelters coming to Newark with hopes of being the catalyst to end homelessness in the city. News 12 New Jersey's Naomi Yane took a tour of a facility using shipping containers as temporary housing for some of the city's most vulnerable. So, Naomi, this sounds fascinating. Tell us more about it.
I mean, it absolutely is, Roxanne. Newark Hope Village, right on Central Avenue and Newark Street, boasts a safe place for the city's most vulnerable to rest and heal. And right now, this once vacant lot now serves as a transitional housing for some of the city's, again, most vulnerable, who once called Penn Station home.
What we decided to do was to envision some new way that was less shelter-ish, but more of a home for the community that had already established itself down at Penn Station.
In a city of almost 300,000 people, there are just over 2,000 residents occupying Newark shelters and about 300 identified homeless, unsheltered individuals.
Many of those folks did not want to go to an established shelter for whatever reason. They had bad shelter experiences.
Newark Hope Village hopes to make the experience of having to stay in temporary housing more welcoming, and they started with the city's most at risk and set a low threshold.
You don't need identification, you don't have to be sober, you don't have to have clearance from your doctors, as long as you can live independently.
These 7 shipping containers, now temporary homes, have been retrofitted and can house up to 2 adults dorm style. A separate container houses private bathrooms, and in total about 24 residents currently live here. And the project timeline was all of 3 months.
We had to be very, very cognizant of the codes and standards, making sure that these were code compliant, and making sure that we could get through the inspection process in such a short amount of time.
The Bridge Housing Program only allows adults, either single or couple, and residents have access to social services through United Community Corporation, whose goal is to get the non-sheltered homeless population off the streets and ultimately into permanent housing within 6 months.
What a great idea. So, Naomi, is this pilot project permanent? And also, how will all of this be funded?
So right now, it is, again, a pilot program. It's once the city's 90-day contract expires, all this really could ultimately come down. However, the city is already looking forward and looking ahead at ways to make this a permanent fixture in the community. Now, it is funded by the CARES Act along with the city of Newark, as well as the New Jersey Code Blue Act. So that's how this pilot program is funded. Again, the city is hoping to make this a permanent fixture in the community, Roxanne.
Sounds great. Naomi, thank you. Naomi Yane reporting live from Newark.